somewhat of cases of like people piggybacking another person's success or only being relevant because they were involved with certain motherfuckers. I just wanted to show like I never really needed no other nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I just did what I thought was the best for my situation in my life at the time when I signed to him. You know what I'm saying? So like I never needed no backing. What he did for my career as far as putting me in rooms that I wouldn't have got to on my own that early, yeah, he did that. But as far as like my talent and my potential and the heat that I produce out of my body, I ain't need no nigga for that. So this last run, I just was shooting for my own notoriety and for to understand that I was pressing how I press because this how I press, not because of nobody else. For real, for real. No cap, huh?
No cap.
No cap, huh?
Hey, well, they can definitely feel it, man. And you know, I always tell people anyway, it's all right to copy a cat as long as you copying the right cat.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, you know, when we growing up in these streets, we wind up copying cats that's gonna send us to the penitentiary.
Yeah.
You know, we get with people that they may mean us well, but they don't know what to show us.
True story.
You know, and for him to open them doors for you is a good thing, because you know most brothers won't even give you a hand because they be more worried about just trying to hog the life for themselves the whole time.
Yeah.
So I appreciate him doing that for you.
Yeah, no cap. I always tell him that.
Did you? Huh?
I said I always tell him that, man. I never act like I'm not appreciative of the boost that he gave me. You know what I'm saying? Just for being around him and you know what I'm saying, meeting and the guy.
Some people don't even let you meet nobody. They'll be like, "Oh man, don't take that phone number. Don't get no phone numbers when you with me."
No cap.
You know how they do it.
Yeah, no. So yeah, just being able to meet who I met through him, and you know what I'm saying, seeing bigger stages and grander arenas that I wouldn't have seen as early in my career on my own that I did from with him. I always tell him I was appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? That you can't take that type of that. But like you say, it ain't about how much to do or what they doing for you. It's they don't show you too. You know what I'm saying? They don't do too. You feel me?
For real.
It could be ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? The common goal don't be the same common goal. You know what I'm saying? The same interests may seem like they going in the same direction, but they not for real. So, you know, all is fair and love and ends well. Have you? You know, nobody dwelling on it.
Hey, well, you know, when you the man, you say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I ain't tripping on.
And if they don't understand,
if
they don't understand, that's on them.
Yeah, that's on them. No.
Now, how is this new success transcending, you know, your lifestyle? You know, how is it affecting you? You know, because I see the streets all in you. You know what I'm saying? I see the hood everywhere, and I know that it ain't gonna stay like that because everybody gonna be coming at you now with your new success. The paper gonna be right. I mean, just everything's gonna be just the way you want it, what you had always worked for, and how do you feel about that?
I mean, I tried to hear me to be able to know me from a mile away.
They gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about it, you gonna be you etched in stone now. The way you've been on them Billboard charts.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, this is my first year really charting and doing stuff like that, like being on Billboard and having them top spots. So yeah, I ain't used to it yet.
Now I'm gonna ask you this question, and I don't know if I should ask you or not. Did you try to get on the Billboard? Was you shooting for Billboard, or was you just shooting for something for the hood?
I was shooting for with this last run I went on. I was shooting for trying to make it into a craft. I went with it.
So that's when you had figured out that you could make it in this game.
Yeah.
And it came to you.
Hell yeah. Once I made my first $500 on music, I wasn't looking for. I ain't look nowhere else.
Wait, was something hit you when you made that first 500? Something said, "Man, you own to something."
I had been rapping for like 3 years, and I hadn't made no money. And that was the first time I made some money. I was like, "Hello, yeah." we can go this way with it. Cause I had been rapping. Look, man, I had been rapping for like 3 years, hadn't made no money, and then it was niggas that was around me that had been rapping for like 5-6 years and hadn't made no money. So when I made my first money in 3 years, I was like, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then it went from there.
Because I remember when I first got home, you know, I tried to get into the rap. And I had a few artists I was working with. And we used to have to pay to do shows, sell tickets. You don't know nothing about that, do you? They didn't
but I know that exists. I know I didn't have my rough ways with it. Like, I used to get booked for shows. Nigga pay me like $150, $200. I'm performing at Erotic City. You feel me? On a Thursday, and it's 15, 20 people in there, and I'm acting like it's 500 people in there. I'm sweating hard, and you feel me? And the mother chef coming from behind the counter and getting my autograph. Like, yeah, like this is my early days. Like I done performed outside at like little art shows, little art conventions, like all types. I did fashion shows. You feel me, on the runway, all. I went through the ringer with this, you feel me, and that was like, oh man, you feel me? I took everything that came with it, like it was cold.
Yeah, because you know most artists, they looking for Warner Brothers or Universal, one of them to come up in there and throw them a big old check.
I ain't care about none of that. You guys, I was used to having no bunch of cheese at all. So once I became a consistent $500 nigga, I was like, oh, yeah, it's on. I can buy my little weed. I can get my little cheap lean or whatever I right now, you feel me? And then once the $500 nigga turned to a consistent $1,000 nigga, yeah, you could tell me nothing.